Hey, what's up, everybody? I am DJ Shockley. Thank you guys for joining me for Falcons Film Review. And today we're talking about one of the most dynamic players in the National Football League. A guy that I think is probably the best running back in the National Football League, Bijan Robinson. A lot of people around the league call him a freak of an athlete, and also, oh man, he might be an alien too. But let's talk about some of the things he does in ball game that makes him so special. It's with the football, not with the football. Almost had 200 yards of all-purpose yards in his last ball game versus Commanders, doing it with the air and the ground. Let's talk about some of the things he does without the football in his hand. Now, this is a blitz pickup. On this particular play, the offensive linemen have the 5 down in the mic. You hear that all the time. Guys are pointing who has who. When I say the 5 down and the mic, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The linemen are they have him, and then also the nickel guy, if he comes, here's the nickel guy up here at the top. If the nickel guy comes, guess what? That's Bijan's guy. So you have to know pass protection in this league to be able to play all 3 downs. And this particular play here, Mooney's gonna run what we call like a 14-yard curl, and he's gonna come back and he's gonna try to make the play there. But it takes time to happen. When this guy blitzes, watch what Bijan does. Watch him pick up his blitz first off. 5 down in the mic, here he comes. Watch him pick up the blitz. Boom, stones him there. Now look at where Michael Penix is. He's still in the pocket. And look at Darnell Mooney at the top here. He hasn't even got to the top of his route yet. So that means this takes time. Without the blitz pickup, you do not complete this football, let alone get the first down. Not ready to throw yet. Do a nice job of picking up this blitz, and you see the finished product is an open guy picking up another first down, and that's a really great execution of Bijan stepping up in there, putting his hat on the guy, and then getting the blitz pickup. Let's talk about another thing that we love as a quarterback, as an offense, is the money down, 3rd down. And this guy is special on 3rd down. It's hard to cover him in the slot. Here he is right here in the slot right here. But let's draw up some of the route combinations that happens here. Drake's gonna come down and create this little bunch. And he's gonna come inside and run what we call an in cut. You got Casey Washington on the outside. He's gonna run a corner route or an out route to clear out this zone right here. Now you get Bijan Robinson right here in this really creative zone right here because of the concept. Really great job of Zach Robinson creating a space for Bijan to work. He does a good job of just sitting down and being what we call friendly to the quarterback. Friendly means I give my chest to him, he sits down, knows exactly where he is, and the ball comes out. Here it is. Drake come down in motion here, creates his bunch, causes a little confusion for the defense. And now look at the space that's created because of Drake coming in the in cut, Casey clearing out that back third, and now you have all this room on 3rd down for number 7 to work, which is really special. Now watch what he does now. Okay, so you got 2 guys are flanking him on the 30-yard line. You think he goes down right there? No. This is the thing about Bijan Robinson that a lot of people fail to realize. This guy is tough and physical after the catch. You're going to get collision by 2 guys at the 30-yard line. Watch where he ends up. Almost at the 25-yard line. You're talking about yards after contact. That's what he does really well. Sitting down in space, understanding zones where he should sit, being friendly to the quarterback, and you got a nice big-time 3rd down conversion on this play as well. All right, let's talk about this one here. This is another instance where you're trying to get Bijan in space, but this time it's man coverage. And he does probably the best job of anybody of understanding leverage of the corner, leverage of the nickel guy. And here he is here. So Kyle Pitts is right here in this little tight split here because they want to create it. Now, this is already interesting enough where Bijan is kind of attached away from the back. Usually you see the back closer to the quarterback, but this is a really great job of Zach Robinson just getting him a little bit outside of the framework of the offensive line. Because usually when you run this option route, if you start back here, you already got to run out. You got to run out here and then go. He just puts him in that spot right now so he can get up on that nickel guy immediately. So let's watch him work in this zone right here. And you're talking about another option route of being right. Does such a good job of being right. So now you see this right here. This guy's playing it pretty well. He's playing them pretty square, which is now Bijan can go break out, he can break in, but because Kyle Pitts is running an out-breaking route here, look at all this room you got right here in the middle of the field. Look at all this area to work in the middle of the field where Bijan can come across and make a big-time play. Penix reads it right, Bijan reads it right, and you go up and look at the athleticism to go up and get that. Look at that. That's a running back climbing the ladder to go get this play. This is an unbelievable job by him. And look at the separation that he created as well by coming out of that option route. And now, boom, big 14-yard catch, another explosive play from Bijan. We've seen him in the slot, we've seen him offset, we've seen him all over the place, pick up a blitz. He does everything pretty special. And then we always talk about the National Football League. It's all about a game of matchups. And there's not many teams, there's not many people who can match up with Bijan Robinson. Right now, they're gonna have Bobby Wagner on this particular matchup, and we already know that's not the matchup they wanted. But this is the play call here. This is an old play call. Everybody runs this. We used to call it Chief, where you got a shallow cross here. You got Casey Washington come across, run a shallow cross as well, and his job is to get in the way of this linebacker who has Bijan in man coverage. And then you have Drake who comes up here and he runs right over the middle. So basically it's what you call a triangle. When I say a triangle, you have 1, 2, 3, and it looks like a triangle for the quarterback. But then also there's a time where you like this guy versus the linebacker on what he's gonna run a wheel route, you gotta give it to him. You know instantly that you have exactly what you want with this man coverage here. Now watch, boom, right there, throws him off just a little bit, makes him stutter his feet just a little bit right here is what you like. And you see Michael Penix's eyes. His eyes is looking right at this backer like, okay, I know exactly how I want to go. He's already got the leverage on this linebacker. And watch him finish. Now you're talking about just pure speed down the sideline, running away from his guy in man coverage, getting up to 22 miles per hour on this particular run. You saw even 23 at one point. Nice job by that DB, but an unbelievable job and another explosive play for Bijan Robinson on this particular drive. You love to see that, and he just an unbelievable job of getting it done. Now this last one, this is the play that I think everybody was just like, what just happened? What did he just do? An unbelievable run here. You're talking about an easy 15-yard touchdown that gets him in the end zone. So this is what we call split zone. So split zone is you got this backside guy, which is Ray McCloud, is gonna come by and he's gonna split zone. He's gonna block this backside here because you're not even gonna block him. But at the point of attack, it's done so well by the offensive line. They do a good job of getting up on the linebackers, getting a double team up front, and just the area that he runs in is unbelievable. Now look at this. All right, good blocking up front. Look at a hat on the hat. You got a double team here. Now you're gonna get up on this backer. You got a good man here, and here's your split zone flow where he comes across and he blocks the unblocked guy. And then you got Bijan to be able to see what he does. But this is where it gets really crazy. This is where your mind starts to be like, how does he see this? You got 4 guys in here. Looks like a little pocket, right? Looks like he can hit it here, but this guy does a good job of playing over the top, which is Bobby Wagner, a really veteran player. But he is somehow, some way, gonna jump cut and get to this hole and get vertical is an unbelievable run here. Jump cut, boom. Not a lot of people in the NFL can do that. Jump cut sideways and still go vertical. And the great thing about it, I talked about yards after contact. Watch where he gets contact here. Right at the 10-yard line. This should be a probably 4 or 5 yard gain. We're moving on to the next play. We're in the red zone. We're feeling good about it. But when you're extra special, like Bijan Robinson is, you do things like this. Break this tackle, another 2 guys, 3 guys, and then you fall, and then boom. Look at that. Woo! Handstands in the end zone. That's what you like to see. Bijan Robinson is a truly special and unique one-of-one type of guy. Currently, this guy leading the league in the NFL in all-purpose yards, doing it in multiple ways through blitz pickup, third down conversions, option routes, climbing the ladder to go get it, and then, oh yeah, being an old-school running back in the end zone, getting there for a 15-yard touchdown. He's truly a special player. Hope you guys enjoy watching this guy because he's going to continue to do this all year. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I am DJ Shockley. This has been Falcons Film Review, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.